Hi, Taurus. I am going to do a reading for you for the month of April. I'm going to start with a little bit of astrology and do a pick a card, pick an object reading with cards. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some tarot with you. The guides are telling me to pull some tarot cards, though I'm going to start with some Lenormand cards and then pull some tarot cards. For the month of April, Uranus has recently moved into your sign, Taurus. So you're going to have, especially if you're born in the early degrees of Taurus, when, April 20th, 21st, 22nd, you're going to have quite a year ahead of you, quite a month. It moved into Taurus on March 19th. So you are going to be going through a lot of change and expect the unexpected. In Taurus, you could go into projects that you never dreamed possible during this period. For those of you born between May 10th, around May 10th through the 16th, you're being supported by Saturn, Pluto, and the South nodes. So you actually, even though there could be a lot of moving out old energies and beginning again and moving out things that don't serve you. You're very, very supported in this energy. Though this energy can be extremely difficult, there's a lot of karma coming up through this energy. Generally, this is a very positive influence. It's trining Saturn, Taurus, it's supporting Taurus. The Neptune, Mercury in Pisces, been in your solar 11th house with Venus there. So you could be also, in this month of April, coming into contact with a lot of people from your past and in very creative and artistic ways. You could be having a lot of fun, going out, eating, having a good time, drinking too much. Try not to overindulge in the month of April. I know that can be a little bit difficult for Taurus. And there is a lot of energy around money and making money. This April's a pretty good month. Overall, it looks pretty good, honestly, for Taurus. You had a couple really tough years there. Last several years have been really, really hard on Tauruses, but I'm not a Taurus, but you're coming out of it. You're definitely, definitely coming out of a few years of very intense change, transformation, hardship. It's been really hard. The last several years have been just beating the crap out of Tauruses, sorry. But it's all changing now. It's actually getting way better for Tauruses. And I'm seeing you kind of reaping the positive aspects of karma. It started a few months ago and it should continue on for the next several years. I think you're out of the darkest part of your lives for most of you Tauruses. It's been really, really rough. Anyway, April looks pretty good, I would say. I don't see a whole lot. There could be some upheaval, but generally the energies are supportive, even if it is upheaval, which I don't think Tauruses like too much. In the end, it is for your benefit and it will support you. Though generally I see a lot of supportive, positive energy for Tauruses in the month of April. So we have the three objects for Taurus. We have the green, I don't know if it's like an agate of some sort, the green stone, the amethyst, and we have the selenite wand. So you can pick one of these objects, and I will do a card reading based on the object. So you can pause that if you haven't come up with the object. It's like what you feel most drawn to. And you can pick more than one. More than one might apply, or you can watch all three objects, the cards that are involved with each object if you want to. Though I generally recommend trying to narrow it down to one, or do like an importance, like one was the most strongest, whatever you feel like doing. Anyway, I am going to start with group 1. Okay, Taurus, group 1. I'm running out of memory on my phone, so I had to pause it while I shuffled and laid down the cards. So your month of April. There is an important situation in April. I brought in a guide. I also brought in the planet of Venus. So there is an important, my guides were telling me I'd have to draw a couple tarot cards for these readings as well. So there's a very important male energy that has a lot of stability behind him. He could even have an actual house. I'm trying to get these cards, some of these cards more in the, there we go. It's a little bit better. There's a male, female dynamic going on here. There's a very spiritual woman. That could be you if you're a woman. Very spiritual, very lot of destined. There's some sort of destined journey that's about to happen for you in April. And it's very, very important. It could be to a mountainous region. There's a man with a house involved, a very stable man, a very important man. And there's kind of this international travel vibe, though there might be a delay. So it might not happen quite in the month of April. It could be delayed a bit past the month of April, or you could be traveling actually to a mountainous region. And it's an important journey. If it's not an actual journey, it's some sort of spiritual journey that you're taking in the month of April. It's somebody's house. I'm getting for some of you, it could be you're visiting someone's home. It has more like a very natural environment, very peaceful environment. You're finding some sort of peace for April, though there definitely could be some sort of delay. It might not happen quite, it might start, you might get the invitation in April, but not exactly go right away. But there's definitely, if it's not a delay, it's going to be in kind of a mountainous area. It's really important, though. It's very interesting because the delay itself, if there is a delay, is important in itself. The timing has to be right for this, and it looks like it could very well involve, a couple, man, woman. You could be the woman or you could be the man. This could involve a woman or a man. Or you're visiting a woman and a man. There's definitely a couple involved. If you're not part of the couple, you'll be visiting another couple. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to pull a couple tarot cards, see if we can get a little bit more information. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, card just flew out. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, there's an ending coming for someone. It's definitely So it's similar to some of the astrology vibe I was getting, and the guides are saying there's some good karma coming to you from something that's ended in the past, and it's if you believe in past lives, there is some good karma coming in. There's some rectification coming in for you. There's a balancing. If you've been through a rough time, there's some balance being restored to you and stability being restored. And you're going to move into a much more stable, grounded environment in the month of April. And, certain things have come to an end in your past, and there's there's a journey ahead of you. It might come off it might be a little bit of a slow start in this month of April, but it is going to begin, and it is very, very important. And there's a male energy that's very, very important. There's a man involved in this journey that you're about to take. Um, that it might be delayed a bit, but you're going to take a journey, and it involves a man, and it's very important, and it's very spiritual, and it's very destined. That's what I'm seeing for you, group 1, for the month of April, Tauruses. Okay, group 2, the Amethyst group. Taurus, for your month of April, pick a object card. So already it's looking pretty crazy here. Oh my goodness. It's weird. This almost looks like a continuation of the first group. And it actually does feel like you might want to look at the first group, the group 1, because this feels like it's continuing with the story from the first group. It rarely had this happen before, but there is traveling, sudden traveling. It involves love. And it could even be a marriage proposal. But there's a sudden there's this kind of sudden end to it all. I mean, not to it all, but there's something sudden that kind of it's like there's a lot of positive stuff, but there is, I think what it's saying is there is like, this is a very psychic woman here. There's an opportunity here. There's an invitation. There's like a marriage of some sort, and there's a sudden end to something. And there was a block. So it could be even a sudden end to the block. It also could be a sudden end to a manipulative person, because there's a lot of really positive. This bouquet is very positive. So it looks like the end could come but it's going to be very positive, and it can lead to this sudden journey and commitment, partnership of some sort. Doesn't even have to be a love partnership. It could be could be business partnership, could be friendship, whatever. I'm getting mostly a love that was my kitten. My love, he came through. Um, there's a lot of romantic love energy here though. So let's pull a few tarot cards, kind of get some clarifying cards because there's a lot going on here, a lot of sudden endings, but a lot of really exciting things as well. So let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity through the tarot cards. My guides told me I'd be using these tarot cards in this reading. Okay, so there is conflict. It's very creative conflict. There is, and it's overall weird. Oh, there's something that's weird. That card ended up. Okay, interesting. That's pretty weird because I thought I pulled two cards and there was this Knight of Pentacles underneath and this Pentacles here. So if you're looking at a relationship, this person is coming into your life. There is some things that need to be sorted out. There's some creative, it doesn't look that bad though. It doesn't look like it's really bad. It looks more like there's some things that just need to be sorted out before you can move further into your committed relationship if that applies to you. There definitely is a feeling of moving into a committed relationship. However, there are some things that need to change and be sorted out before that happens, but it's all going to happen quite suddenly. So there's some sudden change, some sudden endings, but it looks like it's going to move into something more solid and committed in the month of April. There is a movement in that direction. If that applies to you, use your psychic abilities. There's a lot of psychic energy in this. This is very psychic. This could be a very psychic woman involved in this. It could be you, though I would be careful. The snake can be kind of manipulative as well, but there's a real strong, I'm getting, my guys are kind of saying it's more of a psychic female energy that is pulling this whole thing through. Do some manifestational work, do some spell work, and it's you're coming into, so it could go down for a bit. It could seem like things aren't working out for a while, but in the end, like not so much in the end, but by the end of the month, there's going to be another shift. Things are going to kind of shift around a bit. There could be some moments where you think it's over, but then it kind of comes back to life and you end up traveling. There's a long distance feel to this. There's definitely a long distance relationship element to these cards. And you will for the month of April, I'll say for the month of April, if we want to just keep it within the context of the month of April, you do have some solid and positive energies supporting you in this thing, in this relationship, but there is some long distance relationship issues and some things that need to be sorted out. And, pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, and your gut instincts during this time. So, okay, thank you, group 2. I hope that applied to you, that made sense. It did have a real romantic feel to it, and I probably not all of you are involved in that, but that's what these cards did have a very long distance romantic relationship, And the energy coming in is a bit like that as well. There's a real artistic. Oh, there's an artistic energy coming in for you as well. So it could be very artistic. I'm seeing somebody going on a photo, some sort of photography shoot in the Mediterranean or something. That's all of a sudden I'm getting an image of that. The photography shoot in the Mediterranean. I don't know if that applies to anyone, but that's the image I'm getting coming in all of a sudden. Okay, group 2, bye for now. Okay, group 3, the Selenite Wand group. All right, you guys have some mythological energy coming in, some centaurs. Oh no, this is like a continuation of 1 and 2. Wow, this is weird. I've never quite had, I mean, not that I've been doing pick a cards for that long, but I mean, I've done enough where usually there's quite a division between the groups, like one group's just very work oriented and another group's very love oriented. this this is like a continuation of the story for Taurus, and you could probably watch all 3 groups, which is weird because I kept thinking that during the introduction. I kept thinking, like, yeah, watch all 3 if you want. Why not? And I'm kind of getting that. There's like this ongoing story here, and there is a traveling, international traveling for energy, and or it could be long distance relationship energy coming in. If you're not, it's all very romantic. Like, guys are so romantic, you Tauruses. Jeez. So for you Tauruses that aren't dealing with a romantic situation right now, I'm sorry. These cards are looking very romantic. They're looking very much like traveling, international traveling, long distance relationships. There's a lot of communication for group 3. It's like the continuation of the story from group 1 and 2, where there is an international man and he's part of a community. He has some official connections. There is making something official. There's a lot of decisions being made. The stagnation in group 1 and 2 is been how do I put it? The stagnation in group 1 and 2 is now over for group 3, and you're able to move towards this new experience. Okay, and if it's not romantic, it's going to be an experience it's a journey. Okay, so you're embarking on the journey. This could be a friend. This definitely could be a friend or soulmate, and he's communicating with you. There's more communication, there's letters, there's emails, and there, could be some anxiety around this, but it looks like it's going to become more official, and you'll be journeying into a new community and having to make decisions about where you're going with this particular person. There's a real strong romantic vibe. If you're not doing anything romantically, there's a real strong romantic vibe. There's a real strong traveling. I'm getting a lot like the Mediterranean, Italy, south of France, that kind of area. It doesn't necessarily have to be that area, but there's that vibe. It's coming in for you, and not everyone that watches this video is going to be traveling to the Mediterranean. but there is this energy that's coming in that's like very artistic. The last group I was getting this photography kind of, there's this artistic feeling, this traveling and making something a little like more official. There could be some legal in a more mundane level. You could be having more some positive things going on legally. If you're involved in legal type of activities, it could become it's going to be good. If you're involved in something that involves law, it's going to come out really well. Your lawyer is he's a part of that. Well, I mean, obviously he's part of the court scene, but there's definitely some very lot of positive energy around legal pursuits. Um, you know, and it could be time, kind of a marriage proposal. It could be a marriage proposal, or it could be a legal issue that's finally getting resolved. But there is definitely some anxiety, and you will be getting letters, you'll be getting emails or texts around this, and you'll have to make a decision about whether you're going to do this or not. Let me pull a couple tarot cards before I run. My phone's about to run out of memory here. So this is pretty interesting, Taurus. You're okay. So this is very work related. And like I said, this could be an artistic. Oh, this these came. These are the same cards that came out for the last group, except for there is work. So you're gonna work at this. You're gonna decide to work towards this, and it's going to be creative. This person's going to be very creative that you're dealing with. You're going to be tapping into your creativity. You're going to be working, whether it's a romantic relationship or just a artistic project or something, some work related project. You're going to be really, you're going to have to, like I said, you're going to have to sort some stuff out, like in the last group two. It wouldn't be a bad idea to watch group one and two. It's like the story continues. It's like an ongoing story with these groups for Taurus. And you're a methodical bunch, you Taurians, so it doesn't really surprise me. It kind of fits with the Taurus energy. Aries was kind of all over the place. And you Tauruses just kind of follow along with the story. So it really fits in a weird way. But there's definitely a lot of creativity, and you're gonna be starting a journey. The journey's gonna continue. The journey's gonna really start to move for group three, especially into mid and late April. That's what I'm seeing, that this journey that you're embarking on, whether it's a long distance relationship or some sort of artistic job opportunity, or just some job opportunity in general, you're going to be involved more with a man. And I mean, it could be a male energy that's involved with this, and he has some official clout, and he is part of a community, and you're going to have to make a lot of decisions. But it looks like you have a lot of good stuff. He's a good guy. There's some anxiety, and there is a definite offer, and positive. It looks like there's a lot of positive energy behind it, even though you will be anxious about it. There will be some anxiety in the beginning. So that's it. I think I covered everything for group three. Thank you. Please find my information in the descriptions. I do astrology. I'm a professional astrologer, a psychic, energy healer, and card reader. And you can email me. My prices are very reasonable, and feel free to email me for a more personal reading. And I definitely can get way more personal than this. This is very general. So anyway, thanks for following and listening, and everyone have a fantastic April. Bye for now.